Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I am your host, Perry, and with me, as he always is, it's the birthday boy.
Hey, what's up?
It's
Bark.
It's Kyle Weipert. I literally just found out like 2 minutes before we started recording that Kyle's birthday is this week.
And you know, I just realized that we're releasing this when it is my birthday, so this is great.
Well, here's my defense. You've been a co-host on the show for like, I don't know, 3 days, so
right. And I don't mention any of this anyways.
Yeah, no, well, that's fair. That's completely fair.
Once you turn like 25, I don't think it matters, or like really 22. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
22, it doesn't matter.
What's the Patton Oswalt bit? Like, once you hit 21, you shouldn't get a birthday. Yeah,
I guess
something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm tired. It's been a very long week.
But I feel wise now. I feel so wise.
I'm glad.
Wisdom is dripping upon me right now. Who is wisdom? We'll find out later.
Oh, okay, great. Well, we do normally kick off every episode of the podcast with a segment known as Flying Blind, where one of us gets blinded with a sample, and Kyle is being blinded with a sample that literally just says blind on it.
That's right. And I
didn't write that label, but somebody did.
Yeah, that makes sense because you tear labels and write one.
Yeah, I do. Usually with sticky notes, and then I tape them onto bottles.
Yeah, it's athletic though, and I like that.
I'm cool and hip to it.
I'm a grown up.
And I'm having the breakdown. Anyway.
Oh, I should have twisted off. Let me crank off.
He didn't crank off. He didn't crank off. Oh,
nice. It was a little sloppy toppy on the top.
Oh, finish the sample too.
Yeah, why not? We're gonna fly high blind.
Ooh, flying high again.
Now, this doesn't mean I'm gonna finish the sample.
I mean, that's fair. You don't have to.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, look, you're a grown man. Make your own decisions.
Your own house. Make your own decisions. You sleep in your bed and you lie in it. And all that.
That's how that saying goes, for sure.
That's right, for sure.
You sleep in your own bed and you lie in it.
Yeah. I'm not one for phrases, but that seems like a real one.
Coming from the corking off guy.
Yeah. Well, everything's flying to the seat of my cork.
Kyle, what do you think about the nose?
I got a root beer note on the front end that I liked a lot. But it's kind of transitioning over to grain. So it's like a mixture of grain and like effervescent root beerness. So I could see this being rye-esque or high rye again, dependent.
Now he says again, and that's for our Patreon listeners, because that's in reference to one of our samples on Samply Irresistible, one of our Patreon shows at patreon.com.
No, that's not what that's called.
Samply the best, sorry.
Yeah!
Patreon.com/My Bourbon Podcast.
It's new, so it's hard for him to remember.
It is, I'm sorry. I've been saying Samply now I'm confusing myself.
It's all confusing. The world is not but just a construct. Time is fake. And here we go.
Okay, let's take a sip then.
Right on. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Well, I really like that. I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's something that you would have thought that I would really like.
I was slightly hesitant.
Yeah.
I will say just a hair. Because when I first had it, I was also slightly hesitant. However, it opened up so well that I was like, I think Kyle needs to have this too.
It's really good, and it's hitting like the sides of the cheeks down on like
Yeah.
the bottom of my teeth. It's really good, or the gums. I mean, yeah, man.
Now I'm gonna need your confirmation on this.
Okay.
Because I think there are multiple proof points on this product.
Ooh, fun. Okay.
I think that this is just but one batch of
Okay.
this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to it in a second. But what do you think the proof is on this?
So it's slightly high, or it's just spicy. I could see it being 115 plus, maybe up to 122, maybe. That's kind of my range.
Okay.
Based on the way it's interacting.
And you're going with a high rye bourbon?
Yeah, probably. Or a rye. I think that's kind of where I'm sitting.
Okay.
Maybe like 6 to 8 years or 8 plus.
This is one of the most deceptive pours
Ooh,
I have
that
ever
excites
had.
me.
And for $50 a bottle, I think that it's going to be a contender moving forward. Now,
I know what it is.
I also am a late to the gamer on this one. And unfortunately didn't get the chance to really give it a fair shake the other night. But it is the Green River Foolproof Weeder.
Amazing.
This one is 109.3.
Okay.
And I feel like I've seen them as high as like 118 or 119. Am I crazy?
I think those are just single barrels.
Okay. So
yeah,
it really is like 109 proof then.
I don't have it with me. Dang it. It's outside. I was gonna compare it to the Liquor Barn pick. This is way darker and way richer. It is spicier than any other like Green River weeded I've had. Surprised.
Oh. So Breaking Bourbon has listed that batches range between 109 and 116 proof.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, so they are faking whatever foolproof is.
Again, going back to my ongoing thesis.
I also have. They're a workhorse distillery, so they did a bunch of contract stuff. So they had probably excess of stuff that probably didn't stick with the contract or whatever. So maybe
you could be right.
It's all based on different distilled going in barrel entries. So it could be between like a 109 barrel entry versus a 116 barrel entry.
Yeah.
Or something within that range. I don't know. Dang, that does not drink 109 though. It does drink hot.
They also have non-age stated, but company press release states aged 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I said 6 to 8, so yeah. 5 to 7. That makes sense.
I would definitely give it to you.
But not the mash part.
Well, no, but I mean that's you got it pretty close otherwise. I would say.
that's interesting.
Again, I think that this punches above its weight class.
Yeah.
For one. Two, it really just does not drink like a weeder.
Not at all.
At all. I'm gonna do something real quick though.
I might have to compare this to the foolproof regular that I got here.
Well, I'm gonna put it right up next to the Maker's Cast Strength. Here. Even though I did it the other night on my live stream, the Maker's has been open for a bit longer. And by a bit, I mean a couple months. So I'm curious now.
Yeah, I don't get any of that wheat funk. Just, maybe a little on the nose, but
Green River might have it beat.
Whoa, that's crazy.
We'll have to do them side by side together.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of like cornbread the more I go into this.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. The dark root beer notes are still there, especially on the nose.
Yeah. Some like
but
red berries too.
Yeah. Which I suppose that could link to a weeded profile, but
yeah,
not what I expected.
It's very really cool. Different. Yeah.
Right on.
I knew you would like it, but I didn't know in what capacity.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So,
because I know, like, I was like, well, if you haven't looked at it yet, you should probably grab one. I haven't grabbed one yet, so.
Well, I mean, I was so late to it.
Yeah.
Because didn't it come out in 25?
Early 26. I think.
Okay.
I just saw it on shelves a couple weeks back at Liquor Barn.
Gotcha.
For the first time, but.
So I guess I'm not as late to it. Gotcha.
No.
Here I was. Thinking that everything had passed me by. But
I'm late to the game.
Not so much. Anyway.
No.
Kyle, what you been drinking recently?
It has been kind of insane stuff. Let me look at our little old Disqualled, because we've shown some stuff recently.
Oh yeah,
so let me look at that. I've been utilizing that. So to plug the Discord, there's a what you've been drinking recently tab, and I've been plugging some of the stuff that I've had recently. And so on, let's see, when was this? The 27th. So that was Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went over after we had pizza together at Blue Stallion. I went over to Justin's House of Bourbon, and I got to try a couple things over there. They had a 1990s Rock Hill Farms, right? And that was good, but it was kind of pickly. I think it was past due, probably. But I said, like, if you're in the area, you should still try it. Just go try it. And then let's see. Garrett convinced me to grab some of the Takara Red. He knows how big of a Blanton's fan I am right now. So I tried it. I liked it. I thought it was good. And then let's see. There was a is it a pre-acquisition Old Charter 10 that is 86 proof. We had some of that, which was really great. And let's see. Right after you left, Blue Stallion, we
Had to be
got
responsible.
yeah. When you
Go
grew
take care of the
up
kid.
and I shrunk down and became a child, a bottle of Appalachian Barrel Company's Black Gold was delivered to the table along with Willet 12-year rye. So that was really cool. And it was really great. So that's it. That's about it. Perry, what have you been drinking recently?
Pig vomit.
Yeah, right on.
Duck swill.
Okay.
And bear piss.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. Sorry to rain on your parade with those last.
No, it's fine. It's just how do you...
it was literally like right after you left.
That sucks so bad.
I know.
I was like, I had such a great time hanging out too. Like we had a good. I wasn't able to be there for very long either. So so Friday afternoons, I typically get to go hang out with Chad, My Daily Bourbon, and Kyle for a little while. And this Friday, I had to go pick up my oldest from my parents' house, and we had planned to go to Blue Stallion Brewing and have beer and pizza for lunch that day, but Chad was unable to go as early as he had planned, which meant that I was not able to be there as long as I had planned. And so I was there for like 50 minutes, which was enough time to crush a couple beers. I mean, don't get me wrong, and 2 slices of pizza. But I had their Italian Pilsner, which was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. And it was good just to hang out for a little while. But I was just very sad that I left, and then it went to 11 right afterwards.
Yeah.
That just makes me...
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I know.
That's how it goes.
I know. But so after one of, I think it was one of the Patreon episodes we did last week, I had said that I hadn't owned a bottle of Turkey 101 in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I could use a bottle of Turkey 101.
There you go.
So I bought a handle.
Oh.
And I got to be honest with you, this is one of the more mid bottles of Turkey 101 that I've had in a while. Mm-hmm. And it really sucks because I have a whole handle.
So you should just make old fashions in that. Just make you got enough headroom now. Yeah. You can just put the bitters and everything else in there.
I mean, it's got to be something other than just turkey, because I'm very frustrated. Like,
man, those have been super batchy though over the last 3 years, anyways.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there was that period where, like, the Jimmy's anniversary came out, and we had like a good couple of batches of regular 101, and the 8-year 101 came out, and we had a couple of good batches of regular 101 too. Because it was like they had some extra stock that went into normal 101 as well. But I don't know. I think that it feels like they're using like their lower Rickhouse 6-year barrels for it, and it's just really bumming me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like,
It is what it is, though, right?
yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. I just...
Sorry, Mr. Turkey.
Folks, we have an interesting review this week. One that, well, we don't quite know how to make heads or tails of at the moment because it's a distillery / NDP out of Paducah, Kentucky that has somewhat of a storied history that I found out about on a live stream a few weeks ago, and it tickled us a little bit. And Kyle found a bottle of it. It's Old Terrell Bourbon, and I'm assuming I'm saying it correctly. It might be Old Terrell. It might be. You're still muted, brother. He forgot. He had to take care of his dogs for a second.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I was saying it could be Old Terrell or Old Terrell. Or
yeah, we're gonna stick with Old Terrell at the moment, though.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, but they have been around, as far as we can tell. Well, the original iteration of it, since the original iteration was around in the 1800s, I think. Shut down during Prohibition, and then revived by later generation family members. But they're not actually distilling right now. They're working on... Butters is so cute, dude. Holy crap.
He's such a sweet
Good face. I love poodle puppies so much.
They're so cute, right?
They're so cute.
They're so cute.
They're not distilling right now, but they are planning on distilling from the little bit of research that I did during a live stream. Like they're working on a retail shop. There's a whole mess of stuff that they're trying to get to. But I don't know what the actual plan looks like at this moment. Now, here's one thing that I do want to touch on before we get to the actual review.
I know where you're going, and I agree with this one.
Well, it's not necessarily like something that I need you to agree with me on. It's just a point of reference here.
Sure.
It's the fact that if you look on the back of the bottle, it clarifies who they are bottled by. And that is Limestone Farms.
Yep.
Who actually just filed for bankruptcy within the past week of recording this podcast.
Oh, good.
Yeah, let me actually
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I was going to foreclosure actually ordered for Georgetown, Kentucky distillery property. Yeah, foreclosure sale ordered on Kentucky distillery. I am assuming, and they just joined the Bourbon Trail too.
Oh, dude.
I am assuming that they are doing all of their bottling out of there too. So what the immediate future for Old Terrell looks like right now I don't know.
Yeah, but there are multiple bottlers available in the areas that I think they could get linked up with. So I don't know if that matters as much unless their source was linked to Limestone Farms as well. Potentially, and that was how they were gaining access. I don't know. That's weird.
Sorry, I have to go through this real quick because if I don't I'm doing it a disservice. And then I want to make sure that we touch on what the thing is that you were going to bring up.
Oh, it's on their website.
Okay. The distillery is also involved in a separate lawsuit involving millions in liens for another Scott County property on Paynes Depot Road, where a distillery was to be built. This case is ongoing, with a hearing scheduled for April 2nd. In that lawsuit, Colt Engineering Inc., doing business as Thoroughbred Engineering, has asked for that property to be sold to pay off more than $741,000 in liens owed to them. The property is owned by Dudley and Wanda Jennings, who are defendants, along with Darren Dillow in that lawsuit. Now, I mean, this is not directly tied to, of course, Old Terrell. As far as we can tell, I mean, it again could just be that they're using Limestone Farms for the sole purpose of bottling. You know,
right?
I don't think that they have anything beyond that, like as far as like a contract relationship goes.
God, I hope so.
But who's to say? I mean, things have been weird otherwise. I mean, Paducah's pretty far away from Georgetown.
Right.
So
they've got range, apparently.
Yeah. Anyway, what did you want to bring up that was on their website?
I wanted to bring up the point that they say that these bottlings are aged 8 years, but the bottle itself does not mention that anywhere on the label.
Yes.
I find that very weird, very important, and slightly deceptive for the reason that they could technically throw anything in there.
And not to jump too far ahead of ourselves, we have tasted this prior to the review itself, and it doesn't quite seem like there's a minimum age of 8 years in this in this bottle. So let's just I think with enough pretense in here, go ahead and dive in. Even though Butters is snuggling up to you. Audio listeners love you to death, but there's just a very cute poodle puppy.
It's so sweet, isn't it?
It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
This is the rest of the podcast. It's just he's just so tucked in.
Yeah.
No. He can't get in far enough. It's very, very funny.
That's his issue.
What was the proof on this, by the way? It was 108?
Yes, 54%, 108 proof. And on the nose, it is ethanol.
Ethanol and vanilla bean.
Yeah. I'm getting butter bombed. Hold on.
I might be editing around some stuff. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right. Don't worry about it, dude.
Go ahead and say that again then.
The ethanol. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Ethanol and vanilla bean.
Yeah. There is a little French touch vanilla. Of French vanilla ice cream, but not creamy. And then
like freezer burn ice cream.
Yeah, and like cherry cough syrup.
Yeah.
I get a little touch of cherry cough syrup in there.
Yeah. I don't know. There are some times where we do reviews and we don't intend for them to be inherently negative. And we're not trying to be negative with this. We're just like mostly curious because there are extenuating, not circumstances, but statistics behind this. I feel where we're a bit confused. Yeah. And here's something that I wish was a lot more transparent on this. Where the heck did it come from?
Kentucky. It is all Kentucky bourbon.
Sure, but
and apparently 8 years, but it doesn't say it on the label, so it could be anything. Up to 4 maybe, because it doesn't say it's 36 months or less on the label. So
I'm really hitting that cherry cough syrup right now. I got to be honest
right,
with you.
it's crazy.
All right.
Chills. Enjoy it, guys. Go
Cheers.
get you one.
Oh. Oh, I took my medicine.
Yeah, that's so medicinal cherry and ooh, like penicillin. That sounds crazy, but it's true.
That's the big dominant note that I'm getting.
Yeah.
There's some like cinnamon red hot in the very back end of it too, but it's so predominantly medicinal that it's hard for it to go anywhere else.
It really is.
There's part of me that wonders if this is even a rye bourbon.
Oh, interesting. I like where you're going with this.
Like I'm not entirely convinced. I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm almost wondering in some way if this might be. I don't know. It would be weird to say it's 4 grain, but
I could see it going that way because there is like, even though there's like cherry cough syrup, there's also a bubblegummy note that I get.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I got out of that short barrel that we reviewed. I think that's also kind of tied in with that as well. So that's interesting.
I think that we also should ask the question. Do you think that proof would help this?
No, I think it would make it worse. I think you should put this at 90 proof and it might get better. Maybe. I don't know. It's already intensely hot and metallic on like the mid palate finish. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one.
Well, I'm gonna add a cap full of water to mine.
Spring water. Well, you just let me know what you think.
Yeah, I'll see.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of confidence, but
that's okay.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to, like, it's very rare that we have a review that is as internally controversial, I guess.
Sure.
Where we're going, this feels a little much. You know, and we're unhappy with the outcome of it, but it does happen from time to time.
It does.
You know, the last time that I really remember this happening was Hidden Barn.
It is Hidden Barn-esque, and it's interesting that you mentioned that. It could be that.
It does have some
it has some pot stilliness to it. It does.
So I don't know. It's very hard to tell exactly what the source of this is. I don't have a really solid guess.
Yeah, I don't have anything concrete enough to make a suggestion or a guess. I think there's some fair potential analysis, but yeah, I don't think I'd blame it on either of them.
Water did not help.
Oh, good. That makes sense. What did it do to it?
It somehow made it more medicinal.
Okay.
I don't know any way to describe it other than it just intensified the already like cherry cough syrup flavors there.
Yeah. It is
Hey,
brutal.
that sucks.
It's brutal on the palate, man.
That's such a bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's go ahead and move on. Nose, palate, finish, and price is our review system on the show. Each category is out of 5, and we give it a final score out of 20. Kyle, what are you giving it on the nose here?
Nose is my favorite part. 2.
Yeah, it's also a 2 for me.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's so one note.
Yeah, it is.
But it's not entirely unenjoyable. It's just you wish there were more.
Yeah.
But once it gets translated to the palate, it becomes frustrating and astringent. And I don't typically drink bourbon to feel like I'm drinking medicine.
Right.
And that's where that translates to this being a 1.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. It tastes like cherry cough syrup. And it finishes like cherry cough syrup, which puts it at a 0.5 for me on finish. It's
also
brutal.
Also a 0.5 for me. Yeah.
Brutal.
Can I be honest with you, and also honest with the listeners? And you know, the most devastating part of this too is knowing that there is a likelihood that the review will get back to the folks that produced this product as well. I had very high hopes for this.
And me too. I mean, it's really, a $70 product. I was really hoping for the best.
Yeah, and I really, really wanted to like it. And yeah. I'm sorry. I am looking forward to the other products that you all have coming out too. I know that there's like a honey finished one. I think there might be a bottled and bond or a cast strength. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know that I covered.
Interesting if it's bottled and bond. Get a DSP number there.
Yeah. Regardless, I don't know what happened here. I don't know if this was a whim and a prayer and just the excitement of like family history and, you know, going out on a limb or what.
And maybe you are right. Maybe if it wasn't cask strength when they did the blend, it was a much better product. So maybe that could be one of my guesses.
Yeah, but regardless, $70 a bottle.
Allegedly 8 years based on the website, not officially on the bottle. Bottled at a now defunct potentially location. Just a lot of red flags.
Oh, it's a single barrel that they have coming out that's at I mean it has 100 proof or 50% ABV, which I'm assuming is just a placeholder.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah. But then they also have a bourbon finished in a honey cask coming out soon too. But anyway, $70 is a little tough.
Yeah. If you can't put no, yeah, it is tough.
I'm gonna go with 2 on this one.
Yeah. Fine. I'll match you. I'll match you at a 2.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like,
yeah,
it's the most transparency that we're getting is where it's bottled. Right. Again, like going back to your point, purportedly it is based on their website supposed to be 8 years old. It really doesn't drink like it.
No.
If it is that age, I don't know where it is. Maybe it's like low Rickhouse Weeders blended with some
hot still funky things maybe too. I don't know.
It's just tough to say, but here and here's the thing too. I don't want to disparage this in terms of like, saying this is for nobody. I just strongly don't think this is for me. Like, yeah. But I don't know whose palate this aligns with.
I think this is for someone. This is for someone who's looking for the unique Kentucky bourbons that are out there. Something that is so craft forward, even with like alleged age, and maybe it is 8 years because look at the color on the bottle.
The color's great,
crazy. So I could assume it is 8 year, but it's just not the type of 8 year Kentucky bourbon I'm used to as a Kentuckian. So if you're looking for funky Kentucky bourbon that isn't Kentucky forward, that's Old Terrell Terry.
Old Terrell, Terry boys, ladies, whomever. Reach out to us too if there is something that we have missed. If there's something you want to discuss, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
It also sucks because they're so small. Like they're not a big distillery. They're not a big operation by any means. And
I could see how some things would slip through the cracks in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot that could be discussed and worked on. I just realized I have had something in between my teeth during this entire recording, and that's horrible. I'm gonna take myself off camera until I fix this. But we do have barrel rings that we have to get to. Which we have after a week of none, we have a lot.
Yeah, good.
We have 3.
I'm so excited. Ooh, heck yeah.
Yeah, we have 2 voicemails and I guess actually a couple of text messages. Now that I think about it.
Sweet.
But if you want to submit your voicemails or text messages to our hotline number, you can do so by sending them to 859-428-8253 right from your mobile device. That is correct. 859-428-8253. Call in, leave us a voicemail, or send us a text message, and we will listen to them or read them out right here on the podcast itself. First of all, we're going to start with a voicemail from one Michael Schneider.
Hey, this is Michael Schneider. This is a bit of a personal/selfish question as I start a part-time gig being a brand ambassador for a smaller Kentucky NDP, and I'm out here on the left coast spreading their good word. What do you two, in your vast experience with dealing with folks like that, what do you think makes a good brand ambassador? I don't have to deal so much with sales. Again, they just want us to put the whiskey in people's hands. I don't have to deal with numbers. But what do you think makes a good brand ambassador? What qualities? What information do you want from them? And then again, conversely, what makes a bad brand ambassador? Thank you, you lovely gentlemen. Have a wonderful day.
Well, let's start with bad.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think bad's easier to tackle than good.
Absolutely. I agree.
I think the first bad option here is pretty obvious. Sampling too much of the product that you are peddling to potential customers.
Yes. Yep.
Like if you are out there on, say, the floor of Total Wine, and maybe not even Total Wine, but you're just out at like a beer festival, and somebody catches you being a little bit stumbly, and they're like, "Why should I buy this?" And you go, "'Cause it's good." And be like,
"Yeah,
okay,
yep.
maybe don't do that."
Yep.
So as far as like a good brand ambassador,
well, I've got another
another bad one. Sorry, go ahead.
So another obvious bad example is you don't know your product, but you're out there acting like you do.
Yes.
Really lock in with the product. Really lock in with your portfolio. Know as much as you can, and pass that information on as an authority figure, even as an ambassador, because you are the closest stopgap to that sale, even if you aren't a sales guy.
Yeah. And you're not always going to be able to answer the question of which distillery does this come from, because 9 times out of 10, the NDP that you are a brand ambassador for is also unable to disclose that information. So even if a potential customer goes, "Come on, like, just let me, like, I know, you know," you can't let them know. Like,
no,
it's a legitimate, like, business qualm, business issue that cannot be disclosed. As far as like good things that you can present, shoot. It's easier to tell people what not to do.
Oh, I got it. What makes you special? What makes this NDP exciting? You know, what is the most exciting piece of your NDP that nobody else is really connecting with? Whether that be, oh, we're doing tri-state blends. Oh, we're doing multiple mash bills. Oh, we're doing finishes. Oh, we have fun artwork that links with the vibe of each barrel. The barrels speak for themselves. Everything's a single barrel or everything's a 2-barrel blend. You know, those kinds of things are very important to the customer. Just kind of lean into those and tell them why it's important, that we should think it's important.
I think too that being approachable in this day and age only goes so far. Like being present, or what am I trying to say? Being available, which sounds more like you're being a therapist, but just like being there so that if people have questions, or if they want to approach you, is far more valuable than being the instigator in some cases. Like there have been situations where I have been the salesman, quote unquote, and it's typically not led to people being interested in like coming up and trying your product. But if you, and not to, make this sound as negative as it does, but if you look friendly, if you seem inviting, people are much more, welcome to that opportunity to come up and see what it is that you have. Have pours ready for them, so that it's not daunting for them to ask for you to pour something for them. Have
I like
extra
that
bottles ready for them to grab if they like what it is that you have, or even if they already know what it is that you are selling, so that they can grab it and head right to the register. Because there are times where people know what it is that you are selling, and they just want to pick that up and they want to go and check out with it. And there are times too where people just want to come into the store and they want to try something, even if they're not there to buy anything. So be prepared for that. You're not always going to, I don't mean to say make a sale, because you're not in that position, Mike. But there are, times where you're like, wow, it feels like nobody's paying attention to me. But I think you are, you are going to feel that pressure from time to time. So
For sure.
Anyway, anything else before we move on?
Either way, you're going to do great. I think you have enough confidence in the way you're approaching the call in the first place. You're going to crush it. Don't stress too much.
Agreed. This is from Andy. Dearest Perry, please don't forget to talk about American Light Whiskey, the superior aging climate of Southern distilled whiskey brands, and how OKI has significantly improved since New Riff split. I know Kyle will greatly appreciate all of the above. Love, Andy. Oh yeah, don't feel uncomfortable corking off together during the pod. All love, Andy.
Oh, I love it.
I feel like you all had a conversation or something that I'm not entirely privy to, but
this is just everything he and I have discussed, and that I have very strong opinions on. So yeah, I'm not the biggest American Light Whiskey fan. I've struggled with a bunch of the Southern climate stuff. And let's see, what was the last one?
How OKI has significantly improved since New Riff split.
Oh, I think we all agree that's not true, but that's okay.
He also said, don't feel uncomfortable corking off together during the pod.
Oh, never. I love corking off on camera.
I look forward to my first appearance on Corking Off, though.
Yeah, because I'm the plan is to have Corking Off with friends on YouTube as a long-term, like a long-form video. Not like this, but like 10 minutes instead of 1 minute.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I know who this is from.
What's up, gentlemen? A couple things today. First, Kyle, your take on rotaries, spot on. They work fantastically for like low to moderate traffic volumes. Anything higher than that, it's a freaking disaster. You got to put up a stoplight. But they work well for that. I lived in Boston for like 10, 11 years after college, and they work great out there. There's more rotaries out there, and even though Boston drivers are just raging assholes, they're all predictable raging assholes that grew up with rotaries, and everyone kind of works together, and it works really smoothly for most of the time. So
I've never heard it called a rotary, first of all.
Me either, but I like it. It feels very
that
English.
was kind of a shock. Just like I've never paused a barrel ring midway through.
Yeah.
But it took me a couple seconds to realize what he was talking about. Also, this is Jared Quant, by the way, our buddy.
Yeah, I could sense
Mr. Regular Dad himself. Anyway, moving on.
The man.
Yeah, it is just pick the right traffic volume, teach people how they work. They're great. Secondly, thanks to you also, Kyle. I'm now picturing horse fights and how that would work. Is it going to be like cockfighting? We have put like little blades on their hooves and they slash at each other, or like a demolition derby where there's like backing up at each other and trying to donkey kick each other until someone wins. I'm trying to figure out how that whole thing would work and where you would host it. I'm assuming international waters, probably between bouts of monkey knife fights. But that's now stuck in my head. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, of course. I think I agree with the international waters situation.
I don't have an appropriate response to that at all.
That's unfortunate.
Well,
I don't think there is one really.
no, I don't think so either. High proof hot takes, things have been rubbing us a particular way, wrong or otherwise, over the past week or so that we want to bring up on the show and get off of our chests, we would say. Kyle, what high proof hot takes do you have this week?
Well, I don't think I want to take yours because that we discussed potentially on Patreon. But I'll bring this up that is kind of linked to it. Gas powered appliances right now are potentially obsolete based on the amount of work that is required. Ryobi is stepping in and doing really great work with the electric driven appliances for outdoor usage. And I believe everyone should go out and become batterymen. And that's my high proof hot take. I hit a hot spot.
Small engine vehicles
Yeah, dude.
are a nightmare.
Just use a battery.
Gas cans are not easy pour.
No.
There is no reason why leaving gasoline in a small engine for a long period of time should be as frustrating when you go to mow your lawn for the first time in spring
Yes.
after not having touched your mower
Right.
in months.
Yeah.
I spent 2 days mowing my lawn.
Yeah. Do you think we should treat small engine equipment such as lawnmowers like Midwesterners do treat their cars? So if it's snowing, I better go outside and crank my lawnmower really quick
I
to
think
make sure
so.
it works.
Yeah, like I was talking with my father-in-law yesterday, and he was like, "You've got a new challenge. Like once or twice a month during the winter, you got to go out and just start your mower."
Yeah.
I go, "Okay, that's not a bad idea." And he looked at me and he goes, "Do you think I do that?" Of course I don't.
Right. But should we? It seems like it because every first mow of the year for those gassers, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. I love my lawnmower. Like I the only problem that I have with it is that it builds up clippings too quickly. Like both on the I've got like what is basically like an exhaust to shoot out clippings. On one side, it's kind of like a mulcher, and then it's got a bag on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if the grass is too tall, it'll clog up a little too quickly. That's the only issue I have with it. But otherwise, like, runs phenomenally. It's a great machine. Tips and bits, things that we've been enjoying recently that we want to recommend to you, watching, reading, listening to, playing that just think would enrich your life. Kyle, what do you have that you think would it'd be good for other people to check out.
I don't know. I haven't had much to go off of this week outside of taking care of a new pup. So
That's fair.
But I could say another throwback. It seems like I'm finding a bunch of albums from 10 years ago that I'm falling in love with now. And that's really unfortunate because all of those bands are now like broken up and don't matter.
Ooh.
And if I would have caught them 10 years ago, maybe they would still be around, is how I feel. And it makes me sad. And then that gets me emotional. But, anyways, there's a band called Idle Hands, one word. 2 words is a doom band. It's one word. Totally different. And the album is Dana Mora, DENA space MORA. It is like,
okay.
I don't know, Midwest emo meets like
let's go
punk a little bit and like post-hardcore. It's primarily post-hardcore, but it's got that Midwest emo like tinge to it. So a bunch of like twinkly Telecasters. Go check it out. If you like twinkly Telecasters and you know what I mean when I say twinkly Telecasters, go check it out.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I'm down. I have 2 things that I'm going to recommend. There was a Resident Evil game that came out recently. And I have not played that game yet. Because I have played no Resident Evil video games up until this past week. I played the very first Resident Evil video game this past week. I played the HD remake on my Switch, which the Nintendo Switch, it's the Switch 2, is the height of my gaming that I do, essentially. My MacBook actually is pretty good at some higher level video gaming, which is surprising. But I had watched a bunch of people playing the new Resident Evil. It's Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil Requiem. And it looks amazing. And I was like, I've always wanted to get into this world. And so I figured I may as well start from the beginning. And then I found out that it wasn't actually the beginning because there's a 0 that takes place before it. And they recommend that you start with 0 instead of 1 because 0 directly goes into 1. And I was like, great. Which is fine. I mean,
you just have to play 1 twice then.
Yeah, exactly. But I was frustrated with my first playthrough because it still has the mechanics of a game that came out in 1996 with, shapes and colors of 2022, whenever that HD remake came out, which is fine. It is what it is. But I'm slowly going to work my way up to the new one that came out last month, which is, goofy.
I'll be checking in with you in like 3 months to make sure you're still on track.
I am trying to stay committed to it.
Yeah.
After I would say that I am like a casual gamer. Like, the most extensive that I go is like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Like that,
Gotcha.
Open world Legend of Zelda stuff.
Yeah.
And I love those games. They're 2 of my favorite games of all time. But I know that they are also like the very like surface level open world, like not even as intense as you could go. Like it's not the Elden Rings of the world. It's not, where you could really immerse yourself in video gaming. And there's something about going into a video game franchise that is already 25 years old from the very beginning. That is fun and exciting. And I'm excited to, take a deep dive into it. But also like, it feels daunting because of the amount of games that I have ahead of me. Like, I have now 12 video games that I have to play, but also like I've played every Legend of Zelda video game. Like I've played every Mario game. Like I sat down and I committed myself to those, like with intent. And I feel the same way about Resident Evil now. Like I want to do it. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's my next big like video game project. And I'm very, very excited about it. But we'll get there. But I also I've been trying to get back into reading books again, or listening to audiobooks, because that's more, conducive to my time.
Yep.
I've had a book that has been on my reading list for a very long time at this point, by Omar El-Akkad, called One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This. And it is actually about the genocide of the Palestinian people in Gaza. And I know I took like a very hard left turn into this. But it is a cause that, even though I have not talked about it very publicly on the podcast, it is something that I have worked privately behind the scenes towards Palestinian emancipation, and tried to help them as best I can with the resources that I can. And I think it is an amazing, poignant, pointed, and very serious is a a broad spectrum term here, but it is a book that I feel like will be studied for decades as an understanding of why there was apologia for the actions that were taken in the Middle East over the past few years, and even beyond, rebuilding, post the genocide. And I mean, there are still atrocities ongoing, of course. But it's a beautiful book, and Omar El-Akkad is a wonderful reporter and a fantastic author. I highly recommend more of his work. I'm currently in the middle of his novel American War 2, which is more of a it's more of like a predictory book than it is pure fiction, which is very interesting. It's set in like the 2070s, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Gotcha. But is quite good. But yeah, One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This is it's not very long. I highly recommend it. Please go check it out. And as always, free Palestine. So that does it for this week's episode of the podcast. Kyle, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok now until I get pulled at Corking Off. So if you want to cork off with me at those three places, that'll work. But we'll see how long I last on TikTok before I get pulled.
I think you're gonna be fine.
We'll
You're gonna
see.
be fine.
Go check it out.
You can find the show at My Bourbon Pod on all social media channels. You can find myself at PRitter1792. Most places, I suppose. You can support the show at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. We have bonus episodes that go out every single Monday. We have some changes coming to the bonus episodes coming on Mondays. We replaced Samply Irresistible with a new show called Samply the Best, where Kyle and I either decide between two samples or we just have a sample and we figure out whether it's Samply the Best.
That's right.
I have a hair in my mouth.
And with others coming soon.
Yes, true. We also have the pregame chats on Tuesdays and the uncut, unedited bonus version of the podcast on Tuesdays as well. Patreon has some stuff that they get extra on the back end of episodes, which I guess we have to do here in just a moment. I just realized, but we'll try to not go as long as we did last time because you got two doggos that need attention.
Yes, please.
If you want to send us questions or comments, you can do so by hitting us up on the email. It's thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. You may be asking yourself, why, Perry, is it thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com instead of This Is My Bourbon Podcast? Well, back in the day when I first started this entire endeavor, I was a fledgling graphic designer, freshly figuring out where I wanted to be in all of this, and I started an apparel and merchandise shop known as This Is My Bourbon Shop, and it is still running to this day with apparel and merchandise that is most squarely branded towards the store or towards the show itself. It's bourbonshop.threadless.com. Shirts, hats, hoodies, stickers, skateboards, all sorts of stuff over there. Notebooks, shower curtains, things like that. Go find it. There's a lot of stuff over there. Bourbonshop.threadless.com. You can also send us a barrel ring, as we said earlier, 859-428-8253. Leave us a voicemail or send us a text message. We'll read it out or listen to it here on the show. We also have a P.O. box that you can send us samples or stuff to. P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky, 40522. For as long as the post office is monetarily supported by the federal government. Yay. And then last but not least, leave us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast app of choice. We normally check the one that is the Apple Podcast app, and we got nothing new this week. So, 'tis what it is, but we appreciate everybody who supports the show. Otherwise, the ratings and reviews are the best way to bump us up in the algorithm. And also, if you're watching on the YouTube version of the show, make sure you are subscribed and you like the video. That does help out with us getting pumped up in the algorithm. And leave a comment too. What's an NDP or a small distillery that you want us to check out in the future? We'd love to hear from you because sometimes they hit, sometimes we're a little confused by them. But next week, I don't know. I don't know what's going on next week. I got a couple of irons in the fire. So we'll let you know. We are cooking some stuff. We'll keep you all posted on that. Until then, though, I'm Perry.
And I'm Kyle. And that's a stretch.
Podcast. I'm sore. I'm sorry. We'll see you next time.
Me too.
Love you.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.
Yeah, bye.